Yeah, so I'll just start like with the original statement. So um I I made a thread in a debating server where I said, change my view, why should I not be an egoist? And the position is this: we are born, we live for a number of years and then we die. Why should we not use this time to live the best life that we can? Therefore, why should we not follow an egoist morality that focuses on that? Change my mind. And I think in the discussion, I'll just add one more point. In discussions that we already had up to this point, we said that egoism and the antonym altruism is altruism being living for or prioritizing the well-being of people other than ourselves, and egoism is living for and prioritizing the well-being of ourselves over others. So with that, I give the floor over to you.
So it was very simple. I had a few problems with your main argument because I feel like it was resting upon claims that you can't back up. The first one being egoism, it can't give you the best life possible. If theoretically, right now, you think about the best life possible for a human, egoism will never give you that. For you to theoretically have the best life possible, that would mean everyone around you would be altruistic, including yourself. That is theoretically the best life possible. Secondly, you made a claim about altruism killing millions of people because you said the opposite of egoism killed millions of people. I want you to back that up. Thirdly, healthy human babies show altruism and empathy. So your claim that we're naturally
Well,
egotistical
okay,
is
okay,
actually untrue,
oh, wait, wait,
right?
wait, wait. Okay, what was your first premise?
Go ahead. If you're not making notes, I understand I'm going first.
Let's just
Yes,
start with your yeah.
my first one was egoism cannot give you the best life possible objectively.
Okay, why not?
If we're talking about theoretically having the best life possible,
Yeah.
that best life possible depends upon other people being altruistic to you, other people not committing crimes, other people taking care of you when you're a baby,
Okay, 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 sure.
taking care of you when you're old, taking care of you when you're sick.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's say if why am I not able to interact with other people who are egoists? And I don't mean egoists like in pejorative. I mean like follow an egoist morality. So they prioritize themselves over others. I prioritize myself over others. Let's say I want to play a game of basketball. I go to the basketball uh, park and I said, "Do you want to play basketball?" He says, "Sure, I want to play basketball." We play basketball. We have a good time. We go home. Does that that's just an example of regular interaction? Does that seem acceptable to you, or or do they need to be altruistic to for us to interact?
You could do that in an egotistical or empathetic way,
So
but there are things
can we
that you
just
need
the egotistical? I just Can we just do
with
egoist
more,
morality?
like taking care of you when you're a baby.
Sorry,
Yes, but it's the same thing. I'm sorry, but it is the same thing.
so to take care of
To have an
children.
egoist morality is to be egotistical. Yes, and to like be taken care of when you're a child, when you're an elder, and when you're sick,
Hmm.
you need people to be altruistic towards you. The only reason we evolved as a species the way we have to be a dominant one is because we have altruism and we're a social species that
Okay,
is dependent upon that
uh,
altruism.
okay. Can I follow egoist morality and have children?
I think you could possibly have children with an egoist mentality, but would you give them the best life possible,
What?
which is the claim you made?
Okay, okay.
No.
One
And
second.
you would not have the best life possible
I think
either, right?
I think we're talking over each other a little bit. It's not a egoist mentality or psychology. I think we're using the wrong terminology here. An egoist morality. Or let's I don't know if I should add a word to egoism to make it more clear. Um
Yeah, thinking of you before yourself. So you'll only help someone if it helps you.
No, no,
Meaning, if it doesn't help me to do this, I won't do it. That's what egoism is.
right.
If I don't have any benefits, I won't do it. It's
So let's define
capitalism, but with like morality into it.
let's
Yeah.
define it
Go ahead.
let's define it in a bigger way. So when I played basketball with someone, both of us benefited from us playing basketball. Before we were not playing and we were, let's say, bored, both of us, and then we decided to play basketball, and then both of us enjoyed ourselves. It seems to me under these conditions, forget egotistic, let's just say selfish, right? I enjoyed playing the game selfishly. The other person enjoyed playing the game selfishly, and we both had fun interacting with one another. And it would be
That's
more
the
fun than not.
problem.
Yeah, what is the
You
problem?
would only play the game if you want to do it. If you don't have like a reward for playing the game, which would be your sense of I'm happy have playing the game. Let's say you're selfishly wanting to play a game, which is a weird example when we're talking about real life, but sure. But my problem is you would only do the thing if it gives you something you consider a reward. If it's neutral, if it's not a reward, you won't do it. That's my problem. You need an incentive to help someone. That's the problem. That's not how humanity evolved to be a dominant species on Earth.
Okay, but in the case of the game, you find that a valid scenario.
For a game, not for helping other people.
Not for
not
helping.
for taking care of the sick, right?
Okay, not
like
for.
We take care of the
Right, I just want to.
sick not because it helps us, but because
let's talk
it helps them.
Let's talk about helping others right after this example. I just want to make sure if you agree that is this a valid.
A game selfish,
Yeah,
yes.
it's simply a game of basketball. We both wanted to play it. We both agreed to. We both had fun playing.
A game, yes, is possible to do that. Other
Okay,
scenarios,
so
no.
in what scenario can I be both an egoist?
Someone.
In what scenario can I both be an egoist and help someone else?
You can only help if you're an egoist. You will only help someone if it helps you. So you're never actually helping the other person. You're only helping yourself.
Okay, so if
you will never do something to help someone if you're an egoist, you will only do things that help you.
Okay, if a close friend of mine asks me for help, me being a selfish person, sorry, me following an egoist morality, it's would I choose to help that person?
Only if it can reward you to help them.
Well,
that's the problem. You won't help them if it takes time out of your day, if it takes energy, if it takes money, if it takes something away from you, you won't do it because that's altruism.
Okay. So if they're a close friend of mine and me being in the relationship with them is the reward, and it's not difficult for me to help them, why would I not choose to help them just for selfish reasons? Because they're friends of mine, and I want them to do well. I want them to remain friends of mine, let's say. And
so you would manipulate them. Yeah, some people can manipulate. That's
no,
all right,
just stay.
That would only happen in a case.
Let's stay on the.
Okay, but what if not? What if it's not that? What if it's someone that's normal and injured? Like you are telling me something again that's proving my point. You need to profit to help.
No,
that's the problem.
I just look.
Your profit.
You're jumping. You're jumping. I have no problem doing these sort of scenarios. I just need to make sure. Would I help my close friend in a selfish and be selfish at the same time?
Only if it profits you. That's my answer. I don't know why you keep asking it. You will only help them if it profits you. That's the problem. So in a scenario where you can't profit, you won't help. That's the problem.
But would the
profit? I don't understand why you're moving from that.
Would the profit then be it profits for me to be in the relationship with my close friend, and I would like to remain in that relationship with them?
You will only help someone if it profits.
I'm asking you if that is a valid profit according to you.
Not to me, but to someone with an egoist morality. Yes, I don't help people because it helps me.
Right. Okay. So someone who's
could do that. Yes.
Someone who's okay. Great. So someone who's a close friend of mine, I would help them just because I have a relationship with them, and I can help them, and it's a selfish reason to do so because I continue being their friend and I want to see them do well, and We can continue playing basketball
Seeing them
together.
do well. No. See what you did. See what you did there. You added altruism in what you were talking about. Wanting them to do well.
I
It's not
think
about you. You will not be thinking of that if you were a true egoist.
why would I
Sorry.
not? Why would I not want my friends to do well as an egoist?
You wouldn't care. Because a true egoist would, first of all, not give a shit, and second of all, probably see it as competition. The egoist wants them to do well. Doesn't give a shit if other people is doing well. That's the point.
I have no clue what you're talking about. I don't agree with any of that.
Not because you don't agree that it's not factual.
It's not.
You would only help someone if it benefits you.
Okay,
you would not help someone if it doesn't.
I think
that is factual. That is the morality.
No, it's not factual
because you are argumenting.
It's not factual. I think you're exaggerating.
I'm not.
You are.
This is a fact that humanity would not be where we were if we believed in the system you're trying to make. Trying to bring forward today.
I understand you want to talk forever and shout, but I really would like you to prove your point. You said. I gave you an example right now. You agreed so far with I think 2-3 examples, and let's move to a fourth where you said where I said why would I not want my close
where you didn't benefit from it.
Yeah. I mean, why would I not want my good friends to succeed? Why does that hurt me in any way? Right,
That's having empathy.
No, forget empathy. It doesn't have to do anything with empathy.
Empathy is altruism. Yes, selfishness and empathy are like egoism and altruism.
I can be empathetic as an egoist. First of all, empathy has nothing to do with altruism, but especially not as I've defined it. And I asked you a very simple question: why would I not want my close friends to do well as an egoist? Why does
you wouldn't care?
Why does it help? I would care. Why does it help me? Or why would I not?
Because egoism, you literally told me.
Yeah.
That we were talking about altruism versus egoism, and you told me word for word that is others versus ourselves. Now you're trying to tell me, well, why can I not be egoist and think of others? You literally agreed.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said.
I took notes, but all right,
I said if someone else does well, without me having to do anything, right? The friends of mine, and then the friends of mine go off to the world and do very well. Why is that something that an egoist would not want their close friends to do? It benefits me directly.
If it benefits you, you would want it, but if it doesn't, like for example,
okay, so we
you
agree.
Have a friend in the same. Wait, let me finish. If you have a friend in the same company as you.
Yeah.
And you are an egoist, and that person is the same role, so they could one day have the same like dream job that you want, and they also want that dream job. As an egoist, you would not want that person to do well because it would not benefit you. Okay, however, if that person was in another enterprise, then possibly you could want their well-being because it would not affect you.
Okay, so I guess we agree then on a false scenario where if a friend of mine does well, then I would prefer that because the friends of mine
unless it doesn't benefit you. Why are you only hearing what you want to hear? It's so infuriating.
So you're saying so you're choosing another scenario, which is I'm just trying to separate the scenarios where two people are competing for the same resource or the same job and therefore it doesn't benefit me for them to win instead of me, right? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know how else I can say it. If it doesn't benefit you, you don't want it to happen.
Right, but is this
simple?
Okay, is this scenario a valid point to what you raised, or am I not understanding?
You're not understanding.
Okay, can you make a scenario? Can you make a scenario of two people and explain your point?
Why do you want to talk just scenarios when we talk about like general life? Theoretically, right now, if you think about having the best life possible, like you literally made that claim. Yeah. The best life possible, theoretically, you would need other people to be altruistic and you would need yourself to be altruistic. Why? Because altruism is the thing that also reduces crime, my friend. It's the thing that makes people drive safer, slower. Altruism is the thing that makes people take care of those who are injured for no reason and makes people stop and take care of you. If you just got robbed or some shit and they don't know you, they still stop and help. So for you to have the best life possible, theoretically, you need other people to be altruistic, and you would need yourself to show altruism to other people. We are social species. That is the main argument, the first out of 5, as to why your claim that an egoist morality is a good idea is not true.
Okay, so let's see if I understood your point. You're saying that I need to live for me to live a good life, I need to have people around me that give of themselves either freely or sacrifice elements of themselves so that I can survive or benefit. Is that the argument?
Yes, both in a tribe, a community, or a society, that will always be true.
Okay, and why do I need them to sacrifice to me or me to sacrifice to them instead of just doing regular trades? Why can't I trade?
Just explain.
Why? Hold on. I'm asking a question. I'm asking a new question that is outside what you've explained, and I'm saying I can trade with people, value for value.
What about crime?
What about crime?
You try to take one example. We're talking about a whole reality, all right? So there's a lot of things. One of the bases to that would be don't die, right? You don't want to die, right?
Can I call you?
So if you don't,
can I call you aliens? Is that a good name?
Want to die? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
So I didn't give you one example. I'm doing like a way of interacting. There's let's say the way of interacting you're saying is one person gives to another and the other person does not, right? So the first person sacrifices, the other person receives. And I'm saying, can we have a situation where two people trade something where both people benefit?
Yes.
And that is the way we should structure society instead of asking people to sacrifice themselves.
But I literally just gave you examples that show that we will always need sacrifice. For example,
okay,
if you're an egoist, like plain and square, and one day you didn't want to wear clothes, you would go outside and not wear clothes, right? It's altruism to put sacrifices on our freedoms for other people in the society, like driving fast. Some people are very good drivers, and they can drive very, very fast and still be good. However, altruism makes you act for other people, right? In the best of worlds, for you to have the best life possible, which was your claim, you need altruism. Egoism creates so many issues.
Okay, so let me just steelman what you said. So you're saying, in order for me and other people to live in society, we have to be altruistic, and in the context you're saying be considerate of other people. Otherwise, we would violate other people's freedoms, and
that's
to be egoistic and live a good life, I necessarily need to violate other people's freedoms.
An egoist will do whatever rewards them, correct? If it rewards me to go faster, I'll go faster.
Okay, but what if would it reward me to go faster, have an accident, and then go to prison?
That would depend your framing, but do you understand the difference, to do something for other people and do it for yourself?
If I wish to live a long and happy life, would driving reckless be something I would consider doing?
How about naked then?
Okay, and how about naked?
But yes, I gave you an example of someone who drive fast but drive not recklessly. They were driving very good.
Sure,
someone that could drive fast. They drive, safe, but they don't do it for other people.
Okay, they drive fast. Right? They drive very well, but statistically speaking, at some point they won't be able to control the car. At some point throughout their life, right? And then they'll hit someone, injure someone, and go to prison, right? Just statistically speaking.
Yeah, but they wouldn't care about injuring people. They would care about prison. But yeah,
sure.
I understand why you're saying that.
Okay.
Wait, I understand what you're saying, that I can almost take many scenarios and make them egoist, and still it works out for everyone. But I'm sorry, my friend, that is not the case for everything. When we're talking about a morality, we're talking about a system that you're supposed to be able to use in all spheres of your life. And you're not able to do that with egoism.
Why not?
Altruism is the only reason that we developed as highly as we have, and it's the only thing that will continue to push us forward. The only reason right now that we're having a rise in egoism is because people are privileged enough to not be living in the forest where you literally require the altruism of your tribe to survive.
Okay, I want to take a moment to say something. I think that both your arguments are the complete opposite of reality. I think that the reason why we've succeeded and progressed as a society is because of individuals using their minds to hold on. Is because of individuals using their minds to solve particular problems and coming up with technologies that help us progress as a society and help us live a more privileged life. And because we have a more privileged life, we have become more altruistic than we ever have in society before. Because I think, and I could be wrong here, but I don't think people could have helped other people that much in the past. I mean, I'm sure they wanted to, but I don't think I don't think they've had, the medical.
Literally have proof that we help people who had broken legs.
I'm sure we do. But let me just finish my point. Let me just finish my point. I just simply don't think that we've had, up until the last 200 years, that we've had like good technology to help people heal them. And I think the average lifespan for a long time was 39 years old. Now, I could, it could be the last 300 years or 400 years. I could be a bit wrong with regard, but certainly for the majority of humankind, like 100,000 years, we haven't had the technology to even help people. So I would hope that the number of people who needed help was not that big. Otherwise, we would have struggled as a society, if as a species, if a lot of us needed help. Because I don't think even if we wanted to, we could have done too many things.
This shows that you don't have any background in just looking at how we evolved as a species. The main reason we are who we are today is because we are one of the species that take care of each other. We took care of the young in a way that other animals, even big animals like fucking giraffes and elephants, don't. Do you realize that an infant child takes months, years before they're capable of taking care of themselves? Something you don't see in the animal kingdom, correct?
I agree that families take care of one another.
Adding to that, no, wait. No. Your whole point is that we're egotistical, all right? My point is that
I agree.
You are born with altruistic tendencies.
I'll explain. I agree that families take care of one another. That's what you're describing. But I think
tribe.
Hold on. But I think even a tribe is 150 people. I think more the point is that altruism.
That's not one family. Why are you equating a family and a tribe?
I think the idea of altruism is a kind of morality where we need to help and give of ourselves of anyone in society, millions of people that we never met or we never know. We should. It would be a morally good thing if we help people. Sacrifice ourselves for other people, help them as much as we could, even if we never met them or never will meet them, and not know who they are. The more we do those things, we are more altruistic, we are good. That's the definition of this particular morality.
All for one and one for all. Yes.
But I don't think that is a good morality.
Fine, you can disagree with the morality, but your claims are no. Wait, my turn. Your claims are bullshit, though. To say that the best life possible would be found with an egoist morality is false. You can say you disagree with altruism, but you cannot say that the best life possible a human being could have would be an egoist one. That is not true.
You can't look. You can't say. You can't say.
So many requirements.
You can't say not true and not. You need to say it's not true because.
I just did.
Yeah, I know. I know you. I know you've said. Listen.
Okay,
I know you've said.
My turn.
Go ahead.
You think love can be selfish?
Yes,
and I'm
of
not
course.
talking about like what you call love. I'm not talking about the thing you call love.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about. Do you think the act of actual being loved by someone and you loving, not what we call love, real love? You think love is selfish?
Absolutely.
Why?
I feel great when I love someone.
Well, that's where we disagree then. Because I think that loving someone would be loving someone even if it didn't feel great. You would still love them. That
Why
would
would
be
you love someone?
love to me.
What? Sorry, you would love someone if you
If
didn't
you
love
think
them?
the person you love will always make you feel great, you
Yeah,
live
yeah.
under a
I'm not
rock.
saying I have to constantly be happy, but
But
overall,
that's literally what you just did.
no. In the long
Yes,
run, you're confusing short periods of time for long periods of time. Over long
you
periods of
are.
time,
I'm saying
I
that
let
love is
me
about
answer
having a positive attitude towards someone.
let me answer your point. In my opinion, as someone who is, following an egoist morality, and I am married, so loving someone benefits me immensely. I could not imagine a situation where I'm not with a partner. My life would be substantially worse.
Really don't get it, right?
I don't think you are, but go ahead. What would be
No,
your
no, no,
point?
no. It's because you think that just because things work out, like at the surface, that things are working out. The problem is you will only help your wife if it benefits you. And
No,
if one day you go, no,
that's not true.
yes, because if one, can you please be consistent? If one day you help your wife and it costs you something that goes out of your way, it costs you time, costs you energy, and it does
Mm.
not reward you because you would still have the relationship even if you didn't help her, then you are being altruistic and you are lying to yourself by saying you are not.
I don't agree with your framing. I think that if my wife is ill or needs help, and I help her, I would do so gladly because it benefits me selfishly. Because it benefits me.
And
I
it's the literal fucking
enjoy.
problem with this conversation. I've said fucking 3 times. You would not do something if it didn't benefit you, and your answer is, "Well, I would do it if it benefited me." That's the whole point.
Yeah,
Are you not listening?
because I
This is
love
why I didn't want to debate you because you don't even know your own points.
because
I'm
I'm
talking to you
answering.
about helping people if it doesn't benefit you, and you keep on saying, "Well, I'll help them if it benefits me." That's
Okay,
the whole
but
point.
specifically my wife or the person I love, it does. I would do so, and I've given
What
you
if
an
it
egoist
didn't?
reason to do so.
That's what I just fucking said. What if it cost you time, money, effort, and if you didn't help,
Yeah,
then you would still have the relationship. Like the person would not be angry, you just did not help them. You would not help them in that scenario unless you are acting out of the place of altruism.
I'm not exactly sure what it is your frame, but I would say that if I
That's
over
why I
time,
didn't want
but
to
if I
debate you on
but hold on,
something so
let
simple.
me answer your point. Let me answer your point.
Hurry up.
I think that over time, if I don't participate in the relationship, or if I um make my partner's life worse and more difficult in small increments over time, then I may lose the relationship entirely, and I don't want that to happen. I don't really,
You're
and to be
literally
and be completely honest, I don't really suffer. I don't think I'm giving up anything if she needs my help in something. I'm not really giving up anything. Like it's either she needs my help now, or I watch TV. So like, okay, I won't watch 5 minutes of TV. I'll help her. It's not a it's not like a sacrifice or anything.
the problem. You're talking about real fucking easy problems. Have you ever in your life something more difficult than washing dishes because your
Why are you
wife
so
asked
angry?
you to?
Why are you
When
so
she gets
angry?
cancer.
Why, yeah,
Because, my
why are you
dude,
so
I've said
angry?
3 times. Because you are not listening and you are acting like you are above and
I'm
beyond with your
trying to
morality
okay,
and
but
you literally have not even
hold on.
accepted yourself. No,
I'm
I
trying to
said that you would
constantly
not help
streamline
them
your
if it didn't benefit you. So stop saying you would help it if it benefited you. It's so annoying. How
I'm
old are you?
I'm
You seem
trying
younger than me and I have a shitty 12-year-old voice. God damn, bro. Listen.
I'm trying to streamline your position. I am listening. And you seem very angry about this particular topic. I'm just trying to have a polite
You're
conversation.
not listening.
Okay,
Respond. Stop calling this
ask me
longer
a
than it needs
specific
to be.
question and put me in a specific scenario and ask me how I would
Fine.
behave in that scenario.
Fine. Another claim. When the fuck did altruism kill millions of people?
Socialism is an example.
You're fucking stupid, bro. Really?
Yeah, really.
Really? You think socialism and communism is the same fucking thing? I bet.
Okay, let's look at
Do you
this way,
even know
right?
the difference between socialism and communism?
I
Do you
know.
even know it? Come on,
Okay,
say it.
I know it. You won't like my
Yeah,
definition of
say
it
it
though.
then.
I know the difference between socialism and
Say it.
communism and
What is it?
fascism and
And what is
Nazism.
it?
You want my definition?
No, the real definition. I don't want your shitty definition. I want the real one.
Homie,
What's the difference between
homie,
socialism and communism?
socialists change their mind 3 times a week about what socialism is.
You're a
So
fucking
you
dumbass. This is why I don't want to debate you. You don't even know the basics of politics. This is retarded, bro. Really. You should
Okay,
be
look,
ashamed of yourself.
I'm not ashamed of myself.
You
I'm a bit
research
concerned.
evolutionary research and research on politics before you want to debate.
Okay,
You don't even know the difference between the words you're using. You don't even know what socialism is.
Okay.
That's so embarrassing.
Was historical socialism implemented? Did we have socialism in history?
You're so embarrassing.
Yes
really,
or no?
Rethink about your egotistical mindset.
Aliens, answer my question. Did some countries implement